Gee.
Welcome to my lush lounge in the Genesis GV60. So right up till now, I have been filming traditional single car reviews, but today I'm going to take a slightly unusual swing at matters and spice things up. With different drivelines coming in, hybrid, electric, it's not hard to get lost. And as much as dancing in the dark can sometimes be very fun, when it comes to selecting your next car, it can potentially end in tears and regret, and we don't want that. So in this video, I'm going to look at different hybrid types. Not to make it too long and too boring, in my next video, I will discuss electric cars, which are a different kettle of fish. All of this so that you can make a more informed, more confident, and simply a better decision.
Bathing in the light that you share, you're like the sun. Who am I to think how it be if you were mine? I've been walking with my shades on for so long, I can't seem to get them back on.
We've got three hybrid types: traditional hybrid, HEV, mild hybrid, MHEV, and plug-in hybrid, PHEV. All three are a little bit different, but they do share the very same setup. We've got an internal combustion engine and an electric motor with battery packs. The engine is actually exactly the same as it is in the traditional petrol or even diesel car, just that we've got the electric components here. So what's the difference between these three? Well, mild hybrid, unlike the other two, cannot drive on pure battery alone. The electric motor is only here to assist the petrol or diesel engine. There are many examples of mild hybrid cars. Sometimes you don't even know you're driving one. The likes of Mercedes-Benz C-Class, Audi A3, even sports cars. I have recently reviewed the glorious BMW M340i with a straight six engine. Well, that has got an electric motor and it is a mild hybrid. You might ask yourself a question, why bother then? Because the battery does add extra weight to the car, which in turn affects the handling, not in a great way. The car is also more expensive. Well, the electric motor in a mild hybrid reduces the turbo lag. It gives us that extra shove. It essentially awakens the engine and of course improves the fuel economy. The maintenance costs are slightly higher than regular non-hybrid car, but not much. And of course we've got fewer tailpipe emissions, which means we suffocate a little bit less, killing you softly perhaps.
I'm thinking back on all those times when I felt closed off from all that I could become, eager but too scared to climb.
Moving on to HEV, traditional hybrid, with larger battery packs. An example of a car here will be the very famous Toyota Prius. And generally speaking, Japanese and Korean car makers are very well known for producing these sort of cars. We've got Hyundai, Kia, Lexus, to name a few. Now you can't charge this car externally, but you can drive on battery alone. In comparison to mild hybrid, the batteries are larger, but they're still rather small, which means the EV distances are relatively short, and by and large, they are city speed. When you're driving a hybrid, the switch between the electric motor and the combustion engine is often so smooth that you don't even feel it. The battery gets charged every time you slow down, descend, or by a generator attached to the combustion engine. In terms of pros and cons, quite similar to the mild hybrid, but everything here is accentuated, which means the car is even heavier, more expensive. Now, be aware of the CVT gearbox because it can sometimes feel a little bit sluggish. But on the other side of the spectrum, it is much cheaper to run than a mild hybrid. It hardly ever breaks down. I mean, there's a reason taxi drivers are buying Toyota Prius. And again, even fewer tailpipe emissions. Last but certainly not least is a plug-in hybrid, which works similarly, but the difference here, to charge it, you plug it to an external power source because we've got a much larger battery. But this also means that our electric-only driving range is far greater. Typically, you get about 60 kilometers on a full charge, but this does vary from car to car and usually refers to driving in mild climate, city, local road speed, rather than blasting it hard in freezing temperature or heat on the motorway.
This is who I am. This is who I am now. No matter what they say. This is who I am. This is who.
And you see, for many, this electric range is sufficient to do daily commutes, home, work. And these commutes then become quiet, relaxing, and very cheap. You charge the car at home, depending on the battery, from a wall box about 3 hours, but you can also charge it from a regular socket at home, 8 to 10 hours. So you use the battery for short distances and the combustion engine for long distances. If you ever run out of a battery, you don't have to worry because you've got the wonderful flexibility of a combustion engine, and you certainly don't have the range anxiety that you can sometimes get with electric cars. Another benefit of a plug-in hybrid would be the boost that you get because you have access to all the power sources at the same time. The engine, the electric motor, the reserves from an electric motor. Another would of course be efficiency, because every time you slow down or you descend, you charge your battery. The energy is never lost. The energy is produced, stored and used, and the cycle repeats, and it applies to all hybrid cars, unlike with a traditional petrol or diesel car where energy has only one-way ticket, that is out of the window. Now, I wish we lived in an ideal world, but unfortunately we do not. And there's certainly some cons associated with a plug-in hybrid. A battery adds extra weight, about 300 kilograms. Now that's fine if you're doing regular commuting, otherwise it is very difficult to justify it. In fact, if you're doing mainly long distance journeys, it is not only pointless, but it will cost you more money because of the extra weight that you carry. It will also affect your handling. You also have to think of servicing costs because you've got two things to service, the engine and the electric components. So who is the plug-in hybrid for? Well, if you've got a solid mixture of commuting and long distance journeys, this is actually quite a perfect car for you.
Guess I never really had the chance to speak my mind. Never thought you would hear it. Oh, and if you run, baby.
We have come to the end of this video, and I'm absolutely delighted you are still with me. Do you have more questions than answers? Possibly. Now remember, I'm just a human. If I have made any errors along the way, please do let me know. Just be nice, don't be nasty. But the question remains, is hybrid the right car for you? And if so, which one? Well, the first and most important step you take is you identify your driving habits and your budget. Then you move on to your needs and likes. Now, speaking of needs and tailored solutions, well, I'm very happy to announce that I'm finally, at last, launching my new venture called Car Match. And Car Match is about finding the perfect car for you. It's just taking off, so get excited. I'm going to put a link to my website on the screen so you can take a little sniff. Now, in my next video, electric cars are going under the chop, and that is a different breed of cat, so we will see. Thank you very much for watching, And I wish you a wonderful day, whatever that you're up to. And I see you in my next video. Bye.
Try this out.